You're kicking it with the Christians. You're kicking it with the Christians. One marriage, two hustlers, it shows. We'll travel the globe in search of endless possibility. You're kicking it with the Christians. Together we'll conquer it all. Take the highs with the lows, cause there's no losing with this energy. You're kicking it with the Christians.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the One Marriage, Two Hustlers podcast.
What's up, YouTube?
Back in the building, YouTube. What's
up?
good?
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's talk about it and be about it. So, man. Okay. So, we're trying to give you guys episodes at least every other Friday. It'd be nice to do it every Friday, but life be lifing. And sometimes we get busy, we ain't be able to do it. But at least every other Friday, we're going to give you guys episodes.
Yeah.
And then weekly episodes behind the scenes on our platform that we have at One Marriage, Two Hustlers /podcast. You guys can go, be a part of it, submit your information, pay $10 or $20 a month, and get a lot of private episodes that we do that you would never get right here on YouTube. We got hundreds of episodes back there. You know what I'm saying?
So go over to onemarriage2hustlers.com and choose a plan.
Did y'all hear me?
Show your
Hundreds.
support. Also, too, the link will be in the description if you're interested.
Yes.
So let's get into the episode.
Yes.
So today's episode is going to be a little fun. I don't know if you have your questions. It doesn't look like you do.
I got my questions because I'm
So
that dude.
we're going to be playing a little game.
Let's go.
It's not really a game, but we're going to be asking each other questions. So I have some questions for my husband, and he has some for me.
I do. Too
So
easy.
let's do it like this. I ask a question, and then you ask a question. Okay? We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Just so y'all can kind of get to know us
All right.
a little more, because, we haven't did this in forever. So, little updates.
Let's go.
First question. What did you look forward to most every day as a kid?
Man, just hanging out with my friends, growing up, just enjoying my experiences. Listen, when you grew up in poverty, you grew up in the hood, you kind of can see we had so much fun because we didn't see the danger we was in. We just seen that, man, we kids, man, we having fun.
Right.
But we grew up around drug dealers. We grew up around people who just wasn't trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So it was a decision that had to be made. And that's why sports allowed me to get my mind off the streets. Because if I wasn't in those sports, my mind would have been in them streets.
Right.
So that's important. Question for you is, how has your childhood changed your adulthood?
I think my childhood really, made me look at things differently.
Okay.
So now that I'm an adult, when I think back on my childhood, it's like there's parts of my childhood that I'm thankful for because those character traits that I was
Characteristics,
taught,
yes.
helped develop me into the person I am today. But also, too, as an adult, it also made me look back and be like, okay, there's some things I want to do differently that I was taught. But now I have more information and knowledge on certain things that I didn't get growing up. So, of course, there's things I want to change. And so I think it's affected me in a good and a bad way.
Okay, preach.
And as far as the bad things, I'm gaining more knowledge and learning through life experiences on how to change those things.
I love it.
All right. My next question. Were you close to your mother?
My mom was my everything. She was my motivation, my inspiration. She was the person that I had to see her. One time I worked 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? And so when I see men today, men, not just women, I'm talking about men that don't want to work. This woman worked 3 jobs one time. So, man, she was just my inspiration. She was that fire, that fuel. And sometimes, man, I tell them, that's why another reason why I don't give up easy in life. I know life's gonna have challenges, adversity, but I'm ready for it. I'm built for it because me and my sister, we grew up, we were struggling. We built for this kind of stuff. And so me and my sister always have a conversation of like, man, we can't, we trying our best to live better because, the stuff we went through as a kid. But yeah, she was my everything.
Okay.
What were some of your child circumstances, all right, that you went through that helps you in today's challenging moments?
Well, I'm sure everybody knows this by now, but I grew up with my grandparents.
Okay.
And so, my parents had me when they were in high school. Mm-hmm. And so I think one of the things for me was not growing up in a household with either of my parents.
Okay.
Was a different experience, right?
Talk about
it. Because your grandparents, they know things, but they're still not your parents. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, every child wants their parent. And I think that was the difference for me, is growing up seeing other people have their parents in the household and I didn't. And so as a child, you kind of like, man, that's not fair, or, oh, I want to go live with my mom or my dad. But at the end of the day, that wasn't the best thing for me. And so I think those are situations you have to learn to live with, because you have to know, like, sometimes adults are making the best decision for you.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that until later on. So I think that was what was really different about my childhood.
I love it.
But as far as like traumatic experiences, I've never really, thank God, had any like traumatizing experiences. Now, I didn't grow up in a brick house with, at one point we didn't have hot water. We had to and if you're from the country, you have to boil water to take a bath when it's cold. So those type of things that some people probably never experienced, because you're just used to going and turning on the bathtub and water coming out. So, just different scenarios like that. But like you kind of said on your last question, you only know what you're around, so it's not abnormal for you until you grow up and you're exposed and in life provides you with different experiences. It's kind of like, oh wow,
because really we was in danger, but we didn't know it because we was just so used to being in the environment. We was just like, yeah, man, we playing basketball, we hear shootings and drug dealing. It was so bad, and I tell people this. It was so bad where we stayed that in the apartments in Baytown, they set up a police center in the apartment. Mm-hmm. A police center in the apartments so that they can watch the drug dealers and try to get them.
Wow.
This is crazy.
And also, too, I'm thinking back, I'm like, growing up, all you heard was like, we're poor people. We're poor people. Yes. Like, I heard that a lot. And it was like, oh, well, white people got this, or, they're rich white people. And it was just like, you never thought about like, dang, why can't we have that?
Yeah.
And so growing up, and now that you gain more knowledge and you've realized like, man, I can have it too. You're just kind of like, okay, they have it. That doesn't excite me because I can have it too.
I love it.
But it's just like growing up, you're like, man, they really thought like that. Well, how I grew up, they really thought like that. And some of them still think like that. And that's so crazy to me. But that's all they knew. And that's what we were around. I think that's why it's important to make sure that you're constantly...
You exposed to different things.
Yeah, you're pushing yourself to be exposed to new experiences and different things, because I've had cousins that died and they only lived in one spot their entire life.
Crazy.
They've never been out the country. And so, I mean, the world really opens your mind up to new things. Being exposed to, the world.
Your question?
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Lord, I forgot. All right. Next question. If you could relive a day in your life, what day would it be?
My sister can know about this day. Before my mom passed away, we took her to Galveston. Mm-hmm. We took her to Galveston. We got pictures too. And she had, at that time, she had two or three foster kids. I don't remember the exact number of foster kids. But man, she really enjoyed that day. She was I got pictures of that day. I'm so scared to even look at that picture because when I look at that picture, I get so emotional. But me and my sister took her to Galveston. She had so much fun. And Cherie, you watch this video, you know she gonna be like, yeah. And she had so much fun, man. And if I can relive that day, because life gives you so many. That's why some things I be looking at. I'm like, man, you so worried about. Just go get it. Go everything you want in your life. Go get it, because the things you most worried about is nothing. You worried about like things such as like what people doing or bills, or it's like, man, those things are irrelevant, because at the end of the day, when that switch get turned off and your life over with, man, that stuff don't matter, man.
Right.
It really don't. So if I can really live that day.
Okay, your turn.
So, what do you? That's awesome. Go back and tell your 18-year-old self, all right? So that your 35-year-old self, put your age out there, so that your 35-year-old self look different.
There's a lot. I mean, not really a lot, but there's just some things that, I would tell my 18-year-old self to take risks. Never be afraid to take a risk. Never be afraid to go off script.
Ooh, that's good.
Never be afraid to not follow your to-do list, not follow what you have written down.
Come on.
Never be afraid to detour.
Okay.
Because you just never know what might be over there, but you're so focused on this is what I have planned that you forget to like, oh, I'm gonna just duck over here and see what's over here for a second.
I love it.
And so that's what I would tell my 18-year-old self. Like, take risks, take detours, stop, take it all in, and just enjoy the moment.
I like that take detours, because the take detours is it allows you to see the scenery. Mm-hmm. My wife always laugh at me. You always want to take a road trip. You always want to fly. I'm like, I'm not saying we can't fly. I'm down to fly, but I'm saying let's drive to Tennessee. Let's drive to Kentucky. We met a couple, an older white couple, and they was like, man, y'all should take this trip to drive through to Kentucky, and there's so many different
us about stuff we were like, okay.
And so I'm like, let's take that trip.
Yeah.
Let's take that, because at the end of the day, it's like people. I just seen this before. People, I've been to 8 countries, but I'm like, have you been around America though?
Yeah.
They haven't even been. They haven't been around America. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just excited for road trips and trips out the country. I like the mixture of both.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Okay, the next question. What is one thing you want to change about your childhood?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I don't want to change nothing, because if I was fed a silver spoon, I might think different. I might fold under challenges. Somebody might call me like and I'm not putting our business out there, but we was on the phone with our tax guy. I could have been like, oh man, I'm just giving up. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, things that happens, the things I went through, it protected me for being the person I am today. So some things that I know I can take on, most people can't. Most people gonna fold. They're gonna quit. They're gonna let life slap them around. You know what I'm saying? But me, what we've been through, what we've seen, I wouldn't change nothing, man. I embrace it. I accept it. And we're gonna push forward and become super multimillionaires because of it.
Okay. Your turn.
So let me ask you a question. So as you've been going along, you got your master's degree, you got your bachelor's degree, and then you had struggled to get your dream job, and then you got your dream job that you wanted. Now you walked away from your dream job, going into full-time entrepreneurship. What are some of the challenges and self-doubt that you're seeing today?
I don't think I have self-doubt. I think I'm facing challenges because it's a transition. And so that's the thing. The dream is the same.
I got you.
I think it's just the environment of where I'm bringing the dream to fruition is different.
I got you.
The dream, I do what I do. I'm good at what I do. It's just the environment has changed because I was used to being in a certain environment so long. Now I have to learn how to adapt to the new environment and still do what I do. right?
I got you.
So I think that's the difference for me. I don't have any self-doubt because I know that I can do it. It's just a matter of, it's frustrating when you're really just trying to build momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, damn, I can't ever build momentum.
Yeah.
And so
something always popping
up. And so it's not a matter of I can't do it, because I've done some amazing things that some people probably couldn't do. And so I know that if I keep working at it, it's going to come to pass. It's just that it's frustrating, like I said, when you're trying to build momentum. So I think that's the biggest thing, is like,
that's good.
Dang, if I could just pick this
Get over
up,
that hump.
especially when you're seeing people, and it's hard, and this is just the human side of me. Judge me, don't judge me. But when you're seeing people like excel, and you're like, damn, I know I'm smarter than them. And it's not even that you compare yourself, but it's just kind of like, damn, what? Oh no. It makes you like really want to grind harder. And so I just think that for me, I have to just continue to grind and continue to face the adversity, because God is just really, really prepping me for, are you built for this? Is this what you want to do? And so the things that I'm praying for are gonna come to pass. It's just a matter of when and how hard am I willing to work for it.
That's good. I love that.
Yeah. So I think that's for me. Okay, let's get into some juicy questions.
Juicy.
This first one you don't know the answer to, so I ain't gonna ask you that.
Okay.
Were you looking for a relationship when we met?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like a relationship, but I was also dating. But so.
Well, you were looking for a relationship if you were dating.
No.
If you don't date, how you gonna find a relationship?
That's true, but I'm saying I was on that verge of like, man, giving up, because like when I say give, I wasn't gonna give up, but I was like, man, this dating thing ain't nothing to play with, man. Because you meet so many different people with different personalities. So I just think at the end of the day, and I think that's a, when you know my personality type, that's an irrelevant question for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I never wanted to be like.
So you're a relationship guy.
I'm not. I really wasn't, because I'm not a person who went from relationship to relationship. Never. Never.
But you were relationship material.
I'm relationship material, because in my whole life, I only live with 2 people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's some guys I know. Within a 20-year span. Within a 20-year span.
Step on some toes.
Within a 20-year span, they live with about 15, 20 different women.
Whoa, that's a lot.
They move one woman into the next. Yeah, this don't work 6 months.
Wow.
Another one come in. That don't work 5 months. Another one come in.
Wow.
This one might work for a year. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest what I see and know.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, so.
That was a good answer.
So, some of the tough questions people always ask us, I know you've seen yourself with kids at this point in your life.
I don't know if I had an age on it, but yeah.
Okay, but how has that shifted your thinking, not having kids at 35 to today?
I think for me, I can't share everything because it's going to be in my book.
Okay. But share a little bit, just a little bit.
I can't.
Okay, next question.
So I think for me, but I want to answer a little bit.
Okay.
So I think for me,
Don't answer it. Next question. No,
My book is coming out very soon.
Yeah, next question. Don't answer it. Let them read the book. Let them read the book. Let them read the book. Okay. The question is, as time going on and we're building our relationship, what are some things that you are learning, or you have learned to make the relationship better?
I've learned to be calm, right? I don't know why, but I go from 0 to 10. Okay. And so I've learned to go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then get to 10. Okay. So those other steps are important. You can't skip steps. And so that's one of the things that I've learned is like showing my husband the same grace that I want him to show me.
Love it.
Because one thing I hate is when he yells at me or when he goes crazy. Not that he does that, but I'm just saying.
I do sometimes.
Every now and then.
Sometimes I go crazy because
I want to say not that he does that regularly.
No, I don't do it regularly.
Every now and then I'm like,
because I'm like,
talking to?
I'm getting so mad.
So yeah, working on that, number one, and I think I'm doing a great job at maturing emotionally. So yeah, that's.
All right, I'm ready for yours.
All right. What is one accomplishment of your life that you're really proud of?
Man, I finished my book. That was
He's an author.
That was a huge accomplishment because it was like it was on the table, but I just never executed it. But now that I executed, God has put in me 3 more books
to share his story.
You know what I'm saying?
His real story.
So she wanted me to share.
No, so like he started off his book, sharing his story, and so people read the book and they were like, "Oh, we thought you were gonna share more of your story."
So I think on that one, I think that one's gonna be like a 100-page book, and it's gonna talk about from childhood to manhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the things I experienced from childhood to manhood, and how I grew as a business owner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's taking me so long to really come out with my book, because my book is my story. And it's like, do you really want to release your story?
Do you? Are you nervous?
That'd be the hardest part, because I can talk about my craft all day, but my story?
Yeah, but your story is your story.
I'm like, ooh, this is my baby, but it's coming out, y'all. Y'all gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna talk about all of it.
So, as you writing this book, what are some of the emotions that you are feeling, and how is the emotion helping you write the book?
You know what I discovered? So I did a podcast interview with someone else, and I can't talk about it in depth, but it's coming out next year. Mm-hmm. But we kind of got into that, and it was like the whole thing from it. When we really got into my story, I was like, oh, like I used my story as fuel.
I love it.
And so I think that's the whole key, is like, dang, that's really what gives me the ammunition to keep going. Because it's like, if I can get through this, or if I can do this to help someone else, then I was built for this. Like, I was built for this. Not everybody can handle the things that has been thrown at me and at my marriage. And we're not talking about no, what do you call it? Infidelity.
No.
Because y'all automatically want to go there. Oh, Lord. Y'all get on my nerves.
They get crazy.
But anyway, just an average person, like you said, your life, your childhood kind of help you build to be able to deal with the stuff that we deal with. It's like, man, if I wouldn't have went through some of those experiences and had those challenges, I could think through these types of situations. Yeah, I still get frustrated. Yeah, I still get upset about things, but it's like I deal with them. I problem solve.
All my life.
All the things that you go through really help you start to develop those skills.
Yes, I totally agree. We got 2 more questions, then we're going to close out the podcast.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, are you sure?
You were just answering the question the whole time.
Do you have anything that you regret?
I don't think I got nothing I regret. Okay. I think God has stuff set up in place to help you grow to the next level. Mm-hmm. There's no regrets. To me, there's no losses, there's lessons. So I always carried myself in that way. Like, you know, you go through something for a period of time and you be like, man, damn, why I went through that? But then God also reveals to you, like, this is why, because I'm still building you up. You know, it's kind of like a house. To build a house, you got to have a great foundation. And sometimes the foundation crack. And when the foundation crack, you got to go back and fix the foundation while the house is still sitting there. Some people rather tear the whole house down, but God rather repair it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But see, when you tear the whole house down, that's when you forget. That's when you regret everything you ever done. But when you let God come in to repair it, it becomes easy. Yes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Powerful. So it's the mindset. So your mindset from when I first met you to today is totally different. Why?
But I think
when I first met you, your mindset wasn't what it is today.
Okay, can I answer the question?
Yeah, go.
Oh my God.
Go.
I think that, you know, your environment, number one, and the person you choose to spend your life with can definitely impact the person you become.
That's good.
You're either going to become a better woman or a better man, or you're going to see yourself deteriorate, and you're going to be like, damn, I don't even know who I am anymore. That's why people wake up and they end like these 5 year, 6 year, 7 year relationships because it's like, I lost myself. And for me, I think I've grown and I've evolved into the woman that God wants me to be. And I'm still growing. So I've learned a lot from you. I've learned a lot from experiences. And, I'm just maturing. And I do think that you make me a better person.
I appreciate that. And I feel vice versa. I just feel like when two people are growing I'm about to tell y'all something. When two people are growing.
Y'all, he's struggling with words. Don't worry about it.
Growing in the same direction. The seed that was planted has to grow into a tree. When two people are growing in a different direction, the seed that was planted will only grow into a flower. Think about that. The tree has a lot of roots. The flower has a little roots. The tree can grow and live for a long time. The flower can die immediately if it's not watered. I'm just saying, I'm just giving them nothing. Man, come on, guy. I see you speaking to me, guy.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? When two people are growing, I'm going to say it one more time. When two people are growing and plant the seed in the same direction, it grows into a tree.
Yeah.
That has a tree stump with roots. And it's big. When two people sow and into different directions, it only grows into a flower that can die immediately if it's not watered.
That fertilizer.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you see that, you like, come on, man, God, I thank you, Lord. I thank you for my spouse, Lord. I thank you for the direction. I thank you for the struggle. I thank you for what you put on my back. You know what I'm saying? I thank you because I'm built for this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this because I've been already living like this.
That reminds me of my episode. Y'all go to my podcast, check it out. I'm built for this. Y'all built for this. But you got to be growing, like he said, with the right person. And you both have to be pouring in.
Listen, right, man. Go.
No, if you have not purchased your tickets to the podcast gala, we have a few tickets left. Let's purchase those tickets. We will drop the link below. We'll see you guys on November 18th. Dress to Impress, black tie event. If you don't know what black tie means, it just means formal, okay? Formal dress. Make sure you're there in the building. Don't miss it. And yeah, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.
You're kicking it with the Christians. You're kicking it with the Christians. One marriage, two hustlers, it shows. We'll travel the globe in search of endless possibility. You're kicking it with the Christians. Together we'll conquer it all. Take the highs with the lows, 'cause there's no losing with this energy. You're kicking it with the Christians.
Don't forget to follow us on all platforms.